Stunna, Vegas and DaBaby went on a crazy run together and were taking over the rap game. But today we're breaking down how it all fell apart and why Stunna allegedly upped a gun on one of DaBaby's artists. Stunna Vegas came up in Salisbury, North Carolina and didn't have a lot of options to make it out. His dad wasn't around when he was a kid, and at first Stunna tried to make it out by playing basketball and football. Stunna's cousin Javon Hargrave is a defensive tackle for the Minnesota Vikings, but Stunna was never gonna go pro, so he decided to switch lanes and hop in the booth. Stunna started dropping music and was doing shows all over North Carolina. Back then it was just small club gigs though, and Stunna was only making like $300 a show. Sometimes he'd make a band or two for a show, but Stunna's pockets were still pretty light. Stunna wasn't buzzing outside of North Carolina yet, but people in the state were already paying attention. A local DJ posted about Stunna, and that's how he got tapped in with DaBaby. DaBaby had already been grinding in the rap game for years. He dropped his first mixtape in 2015, and by 2018, DaBaby was getting a lot of buzz in the industry. He wasn't at superstar status yet, but DaBaby was on a different level than Stunna was. After the local DJ posted Stunna and DaBaby liked the post, Stunna linked up with DaBaby and they were cool from the jump. DaBaby knew that Stunna could be a star, even though Stunna wasn't popping off yet. And the day after they linked up for the first time, DaBaby and Stunna went to the studio and recorded the track Animal. Animal ran up crazy numbers and put Stunna on the map, and DaBaby helped him keep the momentum going. They were always in the booth together, and DaBaby started bringing Stunna out for shows too. After a few months of rocking with DaBaby, Stunna was on a whole different level. He went from getting paid a few $100 for shows to taking home thousands for every performance. DaBaby was really pushing Stunna hard, and when DaBaby dropped his Blank Blank mixtape in 2018, Stunna was the only feature on the tape. DaBaby scored a huge win because Jay-Z's Rock Nation label did the distribution for his Blank Blank mixtape, and that's when he really started to level up his career. And in 2019, DaBaby signed a huge deal with Interscope that was worth 7 figures. DaBaby didn't just get the bag for himself though, and when he made the deal with Interscope, DaBaby made sure that they gave Stunna a deal too. Stunna was already signed to DaBaby's label $1 Billion Baby Entertainment, but DaBaby helped him out again and got Stunna a deal with the major label. Stunna had been rocking with DaBaby for a few months, but was already getting rich. Stunna told DJ Vlad that he ran up almost 200K just on features and shows before DaBaby even signed him. And when Stunna and DaBaby dropped the track Ashley, DaBaby rapped, "I got my young nigga rich in 6 months. Play with me, get your shit bust." Stunna dropped his first record with Interscope and was popping off like crazy. But then he made headlines for all the wrong reasons, and rumors started going around and someone snatched the chains off his neck. Somebody posted Stunna's chains on IG, and people were saying that Stunna got him taken off his neck. But Stunna hopped in and said the story was all cap. According to Stunna, he had a show out in Atlanta and left the chains in his whip. In an interview with the Only Way Out podcast, Stunna said the whole whip got stolen and that he never even saw the dudes who took it.
You got a little thing that just happened where you got one of your chains got stolen. It wasn't stolen off of you.
No, man.
It was in a vehicle and it got stolen out of the vehicle, correct?
The whole vehicle got stolen.
Oh, with the jewelry inside of it.
Stunna said he wasn't gonna pay to get the chains back though, and he wasn't really tripping about it because he could buy more jewelry. Stunna's career was starting to slow down too though. 2019 was a huge year for Stunna. He signed his deal, dropped his first record, and was working with huge rappers like Offset, Lil Durk, and Lil Yachty. DaBaby and Stunna were dropping a lot of tracks together too, and running up big numbers every time they hopped in the booth. 2020 kicked off like crazy too. Stunna dropped his second album in January 2020 and hit number 29 on the Billboard 200. And in February, he had the biggest track of his career when he hopped on Go Stupid with Polo G and NLE Choppa. Critics weren't rocking with Stunna as much as they were in 2018 and 2019 though, and the fans started falling off too. Stunna was working with big rappers and still making money, but when he dropped another album in November 2020, the numbers weren't good and the record didn't touch the charts. Stunna took his foot off the gas completely in 2021 and didn't drop anything. At the same time, DaBaby hit a big roadblock in his career after he went on a rant at Rolling Loud and lost a lot of connections in the industry. Stunna came back to the game in 2022 and dropped his 4th record. But back then, nobody knew it was going to be his last project on DaBaby's label, and there's about to be some wild drama going down behind the scenes. After DaBaby signed Stunna to the label, he also signed a female rapper named K Kilo. DaBaby and K Kilo dropped some tracks together, and K Kilo was getting some buzz on her name. But then she got heated because DaBaby's drama with his baby mama Denny Lay took away the spotlight from K Kilo and her mixtape release. That wasn't the only drama at the label though, and K Kilo's beef with Stunna allegedly ended with Stunna putting a gun in her face. It's not clear how it sparked off, but K Kilo said she smashed Stunna's girl's phone and the girl started screaming for help. That's when Stunna allegedly walked up and pointed a gun at K Kilo.
So Stunna comes around the corner and he cocks and points it at me and tells me to get the back and told her, like, I told you not to go with that girl without me.
K Kilo started dissing Stunna for running away from his beef in North Carolina and hiding out in Houston. Then she allegedly smashed his phone too. Stunna hopped on live and said the whole story was capped though. Stunna said he would never hurt a woman and that K Kilo was just chasing clout because she left DaBaby's label and didn't have any emotion in the rap game anymore.
I would never harm none of our black women. Not the righteous ones, not the dirty, not the... I wouldn't harm none of them.
Some people were thinking K Kilo wasn't capping about Stunna running from his ops in North Carolina though. Stunna's name comes from the block he reps in North Carolina, and he raps about sliding on ops on tracks like Animal when he said, he playing both sides, they get him knocked off. He won't even be able to pick a side. We beat down your block, they like get inside. 223s and my niggas slide. Me and Slime on boss shit. Stunna's allegedly affiliated with a set called YRB, and his homie Sin from the crew got locked up for allegedly catching a body, and Stunna posted him on IG. And in 2021, Stunna was all over headlines after some shooters put up to his show. Rumors are flying that somebody shot up Stunna's show and wanted to take him out, but the shooting actually went down at an after party, and it's not clear if Stunna was still around or not. K Kilo said that Stunna was living in Houston because he couldn't go back to North Carolina, but Stunna told Vlad TV that he moved to Houston because he fell in love with his girlfriend.
I moved here for my girlfriend. Nah.
Hold up, bring that back. Bring it.
Nah, look, I told him, y'all. I told him off camera, wow. But to show my girlfriend, I did come to Houston. I found love in Houston, man. I found peace in Houston. I came to Houston and started thinking way different. I stopped doing a lot of shit I was doing. I just like grew up.
Stunna met a female rapper named Mona Leo at a studio in Houston, and they started dating after that. Stunna decided from the jump that he wanted to move to Houston, and that's when he started really switching up how he was moving. Before Stunna moved to Houston, he was struggling with pills and lean, but going to Texas changed everything for him. Stunna started going to the gym and hooping, and that's how he ended up managing an AAU basketball team. Stunna met the squad where they were practicing one day, and then he started managing them, buying all their shoes and jerseys, and paying for them to go to tournaments. By 2023, Stunna was tired of the rap game, and he asked DaBaby to release him from the label.
I asked to, feel me, to go like separate ways. I'm like, man, I'm trying to go do some shit I got on the table and whoop. I can add you in on it and or we could just, I probably after talking a few times, we just, you feel me, it wasn't nothing more, nothing less than, all right, bet. You go do whatever you're trying to do.
When the news broke that Stunna wasn't signed to DaBaby anymore, all kinds of rumors started flying around. People were saying that Stunna got dropped, and some sources claimed that DaBaby and Stunna had sparked up a serious beef. And while Stunna was on IG Live, he made it clear that he didn't get dropped, but didn't really air the situation out. He just told fans he didn't care about being a rapper, shaking his ass for fans, or beefing with other rappers.
In the atmosphere that I'm in right now, like, y'all don't see me dropping music every weekend, every week, and whoop. It's because I don't care. For real, like I'm dead ass serious. I don't care to be a rapper, bro. I'm not finna get up here and shake my ass. I'm not finna get up here and beef with everybody.
It looked like Stunna might have been throwing shade at DaBaby, but later he said they just grew apart and there wasn't any beef. Then in 2024, DaBaby said that Stunna had reached out to him. DaBaby said he still wanted Stunna to win and respected him for going his own way.
I tell that nigga right now, like, you know, I'm happy for him because whatever you're doing now, that's what you want to be doing. That's what you'd rather be doing. I'm that type of nigga.
But DaBaby was a little heated because of how Stunna let people talk crazy about the situation.
That's something you supposed to do on the front end. You know what I'm saying? That's something you're supposed to do on the front end.
He made it public.
Yeah. I mean, what made what public? The fact that
like that he wasn't with you no more.
Yeah. He ain't supposed to let niggas play like that.
It seemed like DaBaby was kind of pressed by how Stunna handled it with the fans. But Stunna kept showing love and talked about how much DaBaby helped his career out.
I appreciate Baby for sure, anything he did, but like him putting me in every place or stage or platform that he put me in, I just stood on business. Like I did whatever I had to do for them folks to call back or for anybody to reach out that wanted to ever do business with me, and you feel me, like.
There was definitely more going on behind the scenes when they were working together though, because when another interviewer asked Stunna if he signed a bad deal, Stunna said he got out of it after he got his own lawyer.
So do you think you signed a bad deal?
I got out of it. I just got there, like I said, I should have known certain that I didn't really know. That
Right.
my new lawyer told me, like, once he got down to the nitty gritty, he like let me know,
Right.
like damn.
Stunna didn't say straight up that DaBaby gave him a bad deal, but it's clear he wasn't happy with how the money was moving. DaBaby's the one who put Stunna in the spotlight and kicked his whole career off. But it looks like there are some things going on behind the scenes that weren't working for Stunna. Fans thought Stunna might be leaving the rap game forever, but in 2024, he signed with a smaller label called STB Entertainment and dropped a new album. Stunna's fall off in the rap game was crazy though. He went from racking up millions of streams every time he dropped to not even touching the 100K with most of his new tracks. Taking over the industry isn't what he's focused on now though. Back in 2023, he had his first kid with Mona Leo, and then a couple years later they got married and talks about wanting to have more kids and focus on their family. Stunna's also focused on managing basketball players right now and even talks about going to college so he can get better at his job. He's definitely not bringing in the same kind of money as he did when he was still rocking with DaBaby, but Stunna was smart with his money from the jump. Even though he was making hundreds of thousands of dollars after DaBaby helped him out, Stunna went out and bought a Jeep for $25K instead of blowing all his cash on exotic whips like a lot of rappers do. A lot of fans wanted DaBaby and Stunna to squash the issue and get back in the booth together, but nobody knows if that'll ever happen. In October 2025, Stunna and his wife Mona Leo went on The Breakfast Club, and Stunna said he reached out to DaBaby to take accountability for everything falling apart, but he wasn't asking for any handouts. They chopped it up, and it looks like the beef they had is over with, but they'll probably never go on a crazy run together like they did back in 2019.